Welcome back to Rising Stars. I'm Ted Show host, your show host, and today I'd like to welcome a very special guest. He's a rising star in the modeling industry. Everyone, please welcome in Matt Handsome.
But before we start, I'd like to correct you on something. It's just something a little minor. When you pronounce my name is Matt with one T, but it's pronounced like Matt just normally. But my last name is actually Handsome. It's German, stands for gift of God, but it's pronounced like that because you know the two little dots above the A.
Oh, so it's not handsome, it's Handsome. Alrighty. Well, Matt, I apologize about that. Thank you for coming on today's show, though.
Of course, I always love publicity, so thank you.
So Matt here is a famous model at 18. That's impressive.
I guess so, but I always knew I'm the best, so the best in the industry right now. So
Naturally. So jumping right in, what made you first get into modeling?
well, ever since I was a child, I knew I was destined to be a model. I was the most attractive everywhere I went, and I just knew eventually someone would come up to me.
Well, you are a very young, good-looking man. So, what age did you start modeling?
So like about 3 years ago. So about 15.
Wow, that's quite young. That's a very young age to start modeling.
I guess so. Yeah.
So, we've got all that. Now we want to know how. So, how did you start modeling? Did you send in headshots to a company, or did you contact somebody? How did that work?
No. Like I said earlier, it was a matter of when. But yeah, so it all started when I was visiting Rome with my family. We were at a cafe. I was sitting there with my brother, and we were drinking some coffee and some pastries. You know, croissants. I'm sure some of you guys have had that. But yeah, so this dude came up to me. I forgot his name. Giorgio Armani. Yeah, he's big. He's big in the industry there, and so you know after he was talking to me for a little bit, he's telling me how stunning my features were, you know, how good looking I was. I mean, it was kind of weird at first, but I just kind of accepted it because, you know, a lot of people would come up to me and say that. But, so after a little bit, you know, I looked over to my parents and he asked me to come do a shoot with him. And I said, why not? And because of that shoot, I became the next big thing 3 weeks later.
Wow, Giorgio Armani. That's quite a big name in the industry. And that's quite a great story. It's somewhat motivating, inspiring. So specifically, what kind of modeling do you do?
Okay, so when I first started, you know, back when I first started shooting in Rome with Giorgio, I did fashion, and then I moved on to designer, and I stuck with that for a few years. But as I started to work out and mature, some other designer companies asked me to come out for summer brands, you know, swimsuits, polos, all sorts of clothing like that.
Whoa, how did you lose your, Kyle, can we please get a shirt in here for Matt?
Yes, boss.
Here you go, sir.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you.
Is that shirt nice enough for you?
Yeah, it's good. It'll be fine, I guess. But
All right. Thank you, Kyle. How did you lose your shirt again? What?
What do you mean?
What? We're gonna cut to the behind the scenes. You know what? Kyle, go get 2 shirts and duct tape.
Perfect. All right. Let me get one of your shots of your abs. Excellent. All right, now if I can turn you around so you can see your butt. Oh, absolutely gorgeous, mate. One of the best Barbies I've ever seen. Let me get one of your nipples. Oh, excellent. All right, if I can have you turn around and bend over for me.
Welcome back to Rising Stars with Matt here. That was quite an interesting clip. So let's continue with the interview. Even though you're quite young, everyone's got to think of their future. So do you have any plans for retirement? Do you maybe have a 401k set up, or?
I've never heard of the company's retirement or 401k. Like, you know, like I only do designer brands. Like I don't have any plans with them. They haven't hired me or anything. It's just you know only like a designer like Gucci and stuff like that. Retirement 401k is kind of irrelevant, you know. Those companies.
Okay. Move on, I guess. So what's your most famous shoot to date?
I was at the cover of GQ, but no, some other things, sexy other people. But SI mostly. That's my most famous one. Most people know me from that one.
SI, as in Sports Illustrated.
No, sexy people.
Wait, so SP.
No, SI.
Kyle, can we please look that up? Thank you. What the? How do you keep losing clothes? Where do they even go?
It's a skill us models have. We get it when we're sexy and famous,
So where do your clothes go then?
I guess like anyone I'm thinking of. So, a few layers are on you.